Hey there guys, this is Amit. Welcome to my class Python for Beginners. This is lecture number 8 and today we're going to talk about strings and we'll continue on the topic of iterations. Last time we learned about the while loop. This time we're going to learn a little about the for loop. So coming back to strings, so far we have seen 5 different types. They have been int, float, bool, none type and str standing for string. Strings are qualitatively different from the other 4 because they are made up of smaller pieces which are called characters. Types that comprise smaller pieces are called compound data types. Depending on what we are doing, we may want to treat a compound data type as a single thing, or we may want to access its parts. For example, launching the idle shell. Let's say I have a banana, or rather a variable fruit which holds the string banana. So banana is comprised out of 6 different characters, B-A-N-A-N-A. Now, if you want to access one of its parts or one of its comprising characters, you can do so by assigning it to some variable. Let's say you have a variable letter number 3, and which is fruit 2, and print letter 3 and its end. Now why did I issue in the bracket 2 instead of 3? Because computer scientists like to count starting from 0. They're weird guys, they like counting from 0 rather than counting from 1. So banana, if you have a string B-A-N-A-N-A, so B is the 0th character, A is the first, N is the second, A is the third, N is the fourth, and A is the fifth. So the indexing is from 0 to 5. So we can have fruit 0, which is B, and fruit 5, which is A, the last thing. Now if you try to access, if in the bracket you put something which is outside of the bounds, let's say you want to access the 6th letter, you want to access the 7th letter. 7th letter of the string banana would be indexed using 6. This is illegal, and it's a string index out of range because there are only 6 characters in banana which can be accessed using the indexes 0 to 5 and not 6 or something else. Weirdly, Python allows you to have negative indexing. Negative indexing means you can say fruit -1 and this will give you A. -1 is the first index starting from the end. So this is the last A. Okay. Now if we come to another operator on strings, it is called the length operator. Len takes a string, so we enter length fruit, which is 6. It gives the length of the string which fruit variable contains. Okay, so the last character can be accessed by saying fruit length fruit, right? Am I right or wrong? What do you think? Let's press enter. Index out of range because length is 6 and the indexing from in the variable fruit can go only from 0 to 5. So actually we should have said last is equal to fruit length of fruit -1. Now you print last and it is A. So guys, let's move on to a new topic today, which is on for loops. For this, let's open a new file today. And let's call our file selection number 8. this is a.py. Okay. So a lot of computations involve processing a string one character at a time. Often they start at the beginning, select each character in turn, do something to it, and continue until the end. This pattern of processing is called a traversal. For example, let's take a look at this code. The index is equal to 0. So while index is less than length of fruit, letter is equal to fruit index. You print the letter and you increment the index. This sort of an increment you might be seeing for the first time. It's nothing but index is equal to index plus 1. So this is a shorthand notation. Index plus equals to 1. We haven't actually declared the variable fruit. So whenever you are accessing a variable in any code, this variable has to be declared first, in the sense that you are trying to pass the variable to some function, but that variable does not hold a value yet. The variable hasn't been even declared. So how does Python even know? The good thing about Python is that you don't actually have to declare the variable like in a C-like language. So in a C-like language, this variable letter you would have to declare it before using it and assign it some value, or not assigning it, but it's important to declare the variable along with it, with the type of data it's going to hold. Python, you can just use variables on the fly, but you can't say something like a length of fruit without having fruit containing something. So fruit now contains a banana. Okay, so let's see what does this code do. Prints B, A, N, A, and A. So this loop traverses the string and displays each letter on line by itself. The loop condition is index is less than length of fruit. So when index is equal to the length of the string, the condition is false and the body of the loop is not executed. The last character accessed is the one with the index length of fruit minus 1, which is 5, and the last character in the string. Alternatively, now you'll see the power of the for loop. You can write the same program as oh man, I don't like this thing. Okay. So for char in fruit, print char. Let's see what it does. Prints the same thing. So 4 or 5 lines code has been cut down to 2 lines. So this loop, what does is, for character in fruit, now the variable character is now going to hold the characters of the string fruit, and this iteration is going to happen over the characters of fruit. So now for character in fruit, you print the character. So the first character is B. It checks the first character in B, prints the character. The index advances. It checks the second character, prints it. Third character, prints it, and so on. So it checks for every character in the variable fruit, in the string fruit, and prints out that character. For example, another example is, maybe you want to count the number of A's in a given string. Let's have the string fruit, and we want to count the number of A's. We know there are 3, so we can do this by keeping a count. We have seen this previously as well, the concept of keeping a count. And now if character is equal to A, then you increment the count. Count plus equals to 1. Finally print count, which is 3. So equals to, I've applied this on a string A, and the character which is obtained by fetching it from the variable fruit. So let's say in another example you want to print this pattern, 5 asterisks in a row, or rather 5 asterisks in a column. So what you can do is write a simple code that for index I you can use any variable here. It can be I, it can be a char. Basically it's a placeholder for the value that is fetched in a current iteration for the variable over which we are iterating or iterating, as some people call it. So for I in, you wanted to print 5 stars, so I'm going to say range 5 and you print a star. What happens here is it prints 5 stars. So how this works is, the first thing you got to note here is I have used something called a range. So range takes an argument n and gives you a sequence of numbers from 0 to n minus 1 so that you can iterate over them. You learn more about the range function in our next class, but for now assume that it gives you a sequence of 5 numbers and I is now iterating over the 5 numbers that we have fetched. The numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you just want to check what happens, you can print I itself here and see I gets the value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is exactly what the range function does for you. Now you can have loops inside of loops. For example, you want to calculate all the pairs of numbers such that the sum of the numbers in a particular pair is a 10. For example, 3 plus 7 or 4 plus 6 or 5 plus 5 or 10 plus 0. So first we want the numbers in the range 0 to 10. So for that I say for I in range 11. Again I say for j in range 11, and if I plus j is equals to 10, then you print I and j. Let's see what does this print for you. This prints 0, 10, 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6 and so on. So how does this work, guys? Well, so for I in range 11, this will give you a sequence of numbers from 0 to 10. For each value of I in the range 0 to 10, you will generate 10 j values ranging from 0 to 10, and if the value of I plus the value of j is a 10, you print I and j. So tracing it is something like, the first value of I we get is a 0. Now j will take values from 0 to 10 for each value of I. So I is now 0. Now you have 10 different values of j. So compare I plus j for all the j's now. So I is 0, j is 0 to 10. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 10 up to so on. And if I plus j is 10, print ij. In the next iteration, I becomes 1. Now j again is from 0 to 10. Then you check 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2 up to 1 to 10. If I plus j is 10, print ij. Next time I becomes 2. Now you go and check if 2 plus 0 is 10, 2 plus 1 is 10, and so on up till 2 plus 10 is equals to 10. So this is how double loops go. Alright. So substring. Now we move on to a topic called the slicing of strings. So I'll just put this code in triple strings so that it doesn't bother us. Yeah. So triple strings, the triple coded strings can span multiple lines. As you have seen, it can be used to comment out the code as well, like the way I've done here. Okay. So a substring of a string is called a slice. So selecting a slice is similar to selecting a character. So let's say we have a string. Let's go to the shell for now, and let's say I have a string s is equals to Peter. Okay, I don't want the space there. Peter, Paul and Mary. Now you print s 0 to 5. This is Peter. So for the string s, this is character number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the operator 0 to 5 returns the part of the string from the 0th character to the 4th character. So if you say SN colon M within the square brackets, it returns a part of the string from the nth character to the mth character, including the first but excluding the last, from the nth to the m minus 1th character. So, but if you omit the first index, the slice starts at the beginning of the string. If you omit the second index, the slice goes to the end of the string. For example, let's say fruit is equal to banana again, and you say fruit up to 3. This is BAN. So if you omit the first index before the colon, the slice starts at the beginning of the string and goes to the second character of the string. So starting from 0, 0, 1 and 2. So BANN. And if you say fruit 3 colon 0, 3 colon nothing, it will give you the string from the third character onwards to the end of the string. So third character onward is 0, 1, 2, 3, which is BAN ANA. So, but if you say fruit nothing colon nothing, what does this do? Well, you have omitted both the indexes, so it takes the whole of the string. Voila. So the last topic of today's lecture happens to be string comparisons. String comparisons are useful for lexicographic or dictionary orderings. So if you say, let's say if Amit is equal to Gupta, then print the man has the same name and surname. It prints nothing because Amit is not equal to Gupta. But if you say if Amit is less than Gupta, then the man has the name, man has the first name which is lower than the last name. Let's see. So man, if this gets printed, why? Because Amit is less than equal to Gupta. Amit is actually less than Gupta, because if Amit and Gupta were written in a dictionary, then Amit would fall in the dictionary before the word Gupta. Okay. So the next thing is that strings are immutable. So you say fruit is equal to banana. Now you'll be tempted to, say that I want to change the first character of the string. I want to say fruit 0, which is the first character of the string, is equal to J, the character J. But this is illegal. It says string object does not support item assignment. Strings are immutable. So what you actually want to do is, let's say we want to change a banana to a janana, which should be JANANA. So the solution for that is, you say new fruit is the string J concatenated with old fruit starting from 1 to the n. So if you print the new fruit, this fruit is banana. Coming to the last topic, guys, which is the in operator. The in operator tests if one string is a substring of another. We use the in operator in a for loop, but that was in a different context. It was in the context of a sequence. In the context of a string, the in operator tests if one string is a substring of another. So if you say P in apple, P is a part of apple, it is true. APP is also a part of apple, and let's see if it is, if Python agrees with us and it says true. But the character X is not an apple, and Python agrees. So guys, with this, today I'm going to end today's lecture. Next time we are going to look at string formatting, and we'll look at a new type of structure, which is list. And guys, lists are very important. They give you a lot of power. So see you around. Take care. Keep up the good work. Thank you.